Lions Syndicate, who's our next contestant? Beanie Bishop, come on down. You're the next contestant on. The Detroit Lions need all the help they can get in order to win their first Super Bowl. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Price is Right segment of the Detroit Lions will sign anyone who gets cut. No, but in all seriousness, we are trying to win our first Super Bowl, and we are going to need all the help that we can get. And with that being said, we got some news coming from Ari Mirov, his Twitter account. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, told me a little bit about this guy, said he was pretty much riding the pine. And now the Steelers have decided to release Beanie Bishop Jr., who's a cornerback. He is a sophomore. He was a rookie last season. He had 4 interceptions for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. Now, according to Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, said he was just kind of pushed down the depth chart and they didn't really play him. So the Pittsburgh Steelers decided to do him a solid, and actually the day before the NFL trade deadline decided to release him. Now, I'm not sure if he has to be passed through waivers. He's only a second-year veteran, so typically you would see stuff like this. If you have under a certain amount of vested years, you get waived, but it does say that he was released. I don't know if he was actually waived instead. But if he is a free agent, or even if he's not, if he makes it down to the Detroit Lions, should the Detroit Lions pick up this guy? I am at the point, in all seriousness, where if anyone gets cut, and we can create a legitimate roster spot. You know, we're not going to get rid of somebody that we are using and have a need. They're doing their job. But could we use cornerback depth? I'm going to say yes. After what happened to us last year, every position on the team, there's nothing wrong with depth. Right now, Al-Quadin Muhammad is number 2. If Marcus Davenport comes back from IR, he can be the number 2 under him, right? He can be the depth to Muhammad or Hutch. So I'm not opposed to the Detroit Lions getting anyone on the depth chart. I mean, look, let's be honest. We've made videos about trade deadline and trade potential, but the reality is the Detroit Lions probably won't do anything. They probably will stand pat at the trade deadline or make a very, very minimal move. If you looked at it, like I said, we traded away TJ Hockenson. Our biggest move was trading away Matthew Stafford. Our second biggest move was probably trading away TJ Hockenson in a year that we were under a rebuild. Year 3, we trade for a useless wide receiver. And then in year 4, we had to trade for a pass rusher because our pass rusher was down. So now, if anything, maybe the Detroit Lions trade for an offensive lineman with what's going on with Mahogany and how he had to step in this year. So I don't know what they're going to do. But again, if this guy makes our team, remember, if he does have to go through waivers and he's claimed he has to be immediately put on the 53, you're also going to absorb his salary. So it's a good chance that he could clear waivers. And again, I'm not opposed to, and I do mean anyone. If they're going to come in on the practice squad or something like that, I don't mind, because we saw what happened to us last year, and we're going to need all the help that we can get. But let's take a look at his stats and let's see, what was he doing? Undrafted in 2024, his second season, actually played all 17 games for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But check this out. In those 7, he wasn't just like a placeholder. All 17 games, had 45 total tackles. 30 of them were solo. Got a half a sack, 1 forced fumble, and 4 interceptions. So, again, Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, I talked to all the guys. The Steelers Syndicate was like, I'm actually surprised. It's a surprising move. And I've been watching other Pittsburgh Steelers content creators' reaction, that they're surprised by this move because of what he was able to do for the team. So this is a bit surprising. Now, I was able to pull up his prospect info. Let's take a look at that. And this is coming from NFL.com. 5'9", 182 pounds. He is from West Virginia. His prospect grade was a 5.67, which says candidate for bottom of roster or practice squad. Again, not really going to trip on that because we need all the help that we can get. If we scroll down here and we look at where he was supposed to go, Lance Zierlein said a priority free agent or a 7th round pick. He didn't go in the 7th round. He was undrafted. So what about, again, This is his prospect coming out of college. He's got a year of NFL experience under his belt, so this could change. This could have a different, kind of take than when he was coming out of college. But here's his overview. After 6 years and 3 college stops, Bishop burst on the scene with major ball production in 2023. He was frequently targeted as an undersized outside corner at West Virginia and gave up his share of catch yardage. Bishop struggles with a lack of speed and length when beaten early in man coverage and allows easy catches in front of him from shuffle technique. When in phase, Bishop's quick feet and bursts to close allow him to attack passing lanes and disrupt the catch. He plays with adequate aggression against the run and is best suited playing from the slot with his eyes forward from short zone and off man coverages. Now, if we look at his strengths, they are as follows. Led the nation last season in passes defense, 24, and grabbed 4 interceptions. How ironic, he got 4 interceptions his last year in college and his first year as a rookie in the NFL. Balanced eyes sift through route combos and quarterbacks' intentions, twitchy feet with good bounce, driving forward on the throw, has the footwork and GPS to undercut routes into passing lanes, willing and aggressive when it comes time to tackle. Well, that sounds like something the Detroit Lions will love. What about those weaknesses? Inconsistent finding proper positioning to defend end zone throws, gets too flat-footed at the break stem and catch man technique, allows too much cushion for easy throw and catch completions. Receivers find quick vertical separation when he loses from press, will need to prove he can man up against NFL slot receivers. So it seems like mostly this is a slot guy, but again, we saw what happened to Amik. Amik is our slot dude, sometimes Brian Branch, but Amik can play outside. Brian to come up in the slot, but if Amik goes down or we need somebody to step up on the slot because DJ Reed is out still, we can move Amik to the corner like he played on Justin Jefferson and then have this guy in the slot if need be. So, and then we can keep Brian Branch back there at safety. But again, I'm not going to be opposed to anything the Detroit Lions. Like, here's the deal. I know what I want. I know what we need. Does Dan Campbell and stuff agree? Do you think that we need an O lineman more than we need a D lineman? Do you think we need an O lineman more than you need a safety, a cornerback? I don't know. The Detroit Lions have a lot of things they need to consider. But after tomorrow is concerned, and when it comes to the trade deadline, when we're trading for a player, there's a very specific player I have in mind at a very specific position. And yes, it is still the same. It is still the same. It is the same. Edge rusher. That's it. I know a lot of y'all going to disagree with me. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. It's okay to disagree with me. Not that you needed my permission, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to agree. I'm going to stand on business. This is where I'm at. I'm not going to let the fact we don't draft for need, right? But we trade for need, that's for sure. So, and we needed an edge rusher last year. We traded for an edge rusher. We need an O lineman. We might trade for one. That's probably how that's going to go, but I'm going to stay the same. So, If Brad decides to, after the NFL trade deadline, like, it doesn't matter what you do. You can go get Bruce Irvin from a retirement home. Maybe he's planting a garden somewhere. You can go get Tyson Alu. You can go get anybody you want to after the trade deadline. It doesn't matter because at that point, that's the best you're going to get. And we're trying to go all the way. This is a battle of who is the last man standing. And if we're going to be the last man standing, we might need to go to we're going to need all the help we can get. And if this guy is one of those guys, so be it. After tomorrow, my main focus is seeding, getting into the playoffs. So hopefully winning our division, getting into the playoffs, seeding, and seeing if we can get this thing done this year. So tomorrow is it because our resources are very limited. Our options are very limited after tomorrow. Not only do you have to go through waivers, so no matter how good you are, you have to pass waivers, right? Then and there's no trading anymore. So that's it. That's why I said tomorrow is a big deal for the Detroit Lions in more ways than one. So we'll see. Let me know what you think of this gentleman in the comments below. Again, not a bad rookie season, man. You're talking about 45. He played in all 17 games, 45 tackles, 30 of them were solo, got half a sack, a forced fumble, and 4 interceptions. Not too shabby. Again, a lot of the Pittsburgh kind of stuff that I'm watching, they said that they did not see this one coming, but he's kind of down on the depth chart. So I don't know, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. This channel made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you know what it is. You choose to rock with me. Don't forget, I will be, contrary to what y'all believe, I will be in Washington this coming weekend. I will be in Philly the weekend after that, and then we're back home for the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers at the crib. So this week, this month, November's gonna be a big month leading up to the home stretch of the season. So let me know what you think in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other, and as always, go Lions.